Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War stream. Of course, today, one of the main things we're going to be focusing on is grinding like crazy to try to get all of the gnomes, particularly the vault keys off of all of the gnomes, as there's still a vault event all of today as well as all of tomorrow, so yeah, gotta get on that while we still can and go get a bunch of resources. We did end up getting a jewel gnome yesterday, luckily, off of the very first vault key of the stream. So at this point, we're mainly just trying to get gem-related resources so we have more for later. So whenever we go do new mythics and stuff like that, we'll have plenty of resources for it all. So that's pretty much the game plan for this entire stream. It's just farming it like crazy while trying to get thief class maxed. It's currently level 78. Obviously, we need to get it to level 100. It's actually quite beneficial once we get it maxed. I don't know how much more I'll be using it once we have it maxed, but who knows. It is pretty good with the key team, but it gains a 70% chance to instant kill the last enemy when another enemy dies. So basically every kill we get, we have a 7% chance to also get an additional kill, which is pretty helpful. That's very rarely going to trigger, but when it does, well, that's a whole free kill that we wouldn't have had prior, which is pretty strong. But anyways, we're currently just doing Explore and Missa skills. No real reason specifically for Missa skills other than the fact that we need the Arcane. You can do it literally anywheres. That is the game plan. If you guys have any questions or anything you want me to go over, just let me know. We'll be here for the next few hours or so. Hello, Elite Gaming. Hello, Travel. Hello, JCG. Hello, Fred. Hello, Rainpro Dash. Hello, Bruno. Hello, Fred. Welcome, everyone. Sunbird it all down and find those gnomes. Hopefully we don't go too dry on them. Oops, we already have a pet already. Let's see. Do we have it max? No, we do not. Well, looks like we gotta go farm pets. Also a great time to go get pets. Unfortunately, pet battles do not have gnomes in them, but you're still gonna probably get a lot of them because of people in PvP in your guild getting them. So, great time to also get pets, since they're way more, a lot more of them pop up than what they normally do. Oh, you finally traded all the troops you own now. Very nice. That's a pretty nice milestone to have, because in the current state of the game, pretty much once you have everything traded, you perpetually have everything traded. They are planning on adding something possibly next year where they are going to be adding some kind of trade stone sync. But at this current moment in time, pretty much as soon as you fully trade everything, you perpetually never need trade stones again, for the most part. That's the hardest part, is getting up to that point initially. Orange orbs did make it quite a bit easier, though, when they ended up adding that several months ago. It feels weird. There's so many things they added this year. I keep forgetting that orbs are even within the last year. We've only had orbs for like 7 or 8 months now. I think it was, oh, when did they come out? I think March, I want to say. I don't remember. But it was early last year. Oh, I'll move that over. Amazing that hasn't even been a year with them. I do have to say, orbs are probably one of the better things they've added in a very, very long time. Actually, probably the best thing they've added all year. Just because it helps every single player within the game. Newer players, late game players, everything. Okay, we'll go and take skull. And also, orbs are one of the few resources that actually always have value as well. Or at least the better ones anyways. Okay. What do we need here? Get purple over. Because we have absolutely nothing to take. There goes his barrier. Can't really help that. Easiest way at this point is just to get rid of his barrier with this. And then that'll be enough ground to kill him. You need 800,000 souls until Dawnbringer? Very nice. Well, you'll probably get a lot of souls this weekend since there's a bunch of soul gnomes. It does drop 1,000, 2,500, and 5,000 as drops. Hello, Mehmet. Hello, Keith. Welcome. Can someone please tell you, what does trait accursed mean on the first trait? Which one do you mean? I don't know which one you're referring to, or what you're referring to with that. Because nothing here has what you just mentioned. Are you talking about the new stats effect or something else? I'm not sure what you're referring to with that. Oh yes, accursed is the new word for curse. They ended up changing curse and blessed to accursed and whatever they changed blessed to, I actually forget. But they ended up changing the wording on them because Now there's stats effects that have those names. So they got rid of those. They changed the name of the traits so that the stats effects could have the names instead. Yeah, it's still the same thing. Accursed is just what Cursed was prior to this patch. It just goes by a different name now. But yeah, Cursed, and I completely forget what Blessed got changed to off the top of my head. 2 random stats. Actually, what has Blessed, just so I can, or the other Blessed, let's see. Well, I can't think of a single trip that has it. I think Lady or Nerial does? No. Why can't I think of a single thing that has Blessed? Mercy does. There we go. There it is. Yes, it's now called, Blessed is now called Revered, and Cursed is now called Accursed. They're still the exact same thing, though. Revered does 2 to a random skill, and Accursed does -2 to a random skill on all enemies. They're the same thing, just different name. Because now the stats effects have the names. Thank you, September Black. I've been having a pretty good day so far. Haven't had much of a day yet, though. It's actually a little bit of a gloomy day, but other than that, it's been going pretty decently. Yeah, so far we're up to 4 vault keys right now. All found yesterday, still none today. So not too bad. Anything that's 10 or above, I would say, is insanely good. So we still have another 6 to go, hopefully. If we did 4 yesterday, we're on track to get that many. Hello, Bakchan, welcome. And hello, J-Vills, welcome as well. It's cold and wet here as well. It's cold and wet everywhere. At least we don't have snow, though. Does it feel like they nerfed the drop rate of vault keys and everything? No, seems about the same from what I can tell. If anything, this week's we've been doing it a little bit better than normal. Not by much, but no, it seems about the same rate as always. Haven't noticed it being any different. Sometimes you can get really lucky or unlucky, though. It's nerfed in the fact that there's 2 nerfs that it actually did get, though both of them would have, well, one of them would have most likely not affected almost anyone, but the other one kind of did. The first nerf is you can no longer do the glitch that allows you to repick gnomes, but barely anyone ever used that. And the other one is we now have Jewel Gnome, which is the worst gnome in the game, which they added in the most recent patch. So those are the 2 nerfs that did it. Only the Jewel Gnome being the relevant one for most people. But those are the only 2 nerfs that they did to it. Alright, we'll get that down, get our skulls. Do that instead of Sunbird, because Sunbird keeps wanting to summon web spinners for him. Oh, you just got 20 diamonds from the Jewel Gnome? Oh, that's not too bad. That's actually not too bad of a drop. Too bad it didn't have a higher rate of that. So that means it has all 6 of the colors, 20 diamonds, and 200 shards. Though of all of those, there's only 1 of those 8 that are even viable, and that's the 20 diamonds. But yeah, 20 diamonds must be its best drop then. That's actually not that bad. If that was its worst drop, that would actually be a really good gnome. Unfortunately, it's not. Hello, Kevin. Good morning. Yeah, we've gone an entire Gnome event before getting 0 vault keys. We've gone, how long was it? About 15 hours before, during a vault event, without getting a single vault key before. It happens. It's very unlikely that that will happen, but it can happen. I really wish they would change it so it doesn't lag when you're on one of those screens. It keeps going back to 1x speed whenever you're on a cast menu. And it makes clicking on them early accidentally slow down the entire battle. Oh, first gnome in a stream, please be vault key. Nope, only 200 glory, worst drop. Still a decent drop though. 10 glory keys. Too bad we can't have a 100% drop rate of glory gnomes. Next time, Whitehelm is going to have an event. We might know off the spoiler the thread thing. I can go double check real quick. I don't know if we know that far ahead. We might. Though it is a possibility that they will change it, though. But, let's see. Loading, loading, loading. Okay, next Whitehelm event. Next Whitehelm is... Why is it not scrolling anymore? I hate when it stops scrolling. Next Whitehelm event is not within sight. So it's a good several months before we see Whitehelm again. Like, it's gonna be a while. Like, from what I can tell for the spoiler thread, we're not getting one until, September at the earliest. We're just like 9 months away from now. But, it could just be that they just don't have it set up yet. But, I don't know. From what I can tell in the spoiler thread, I don't see any, Whitehelm. It could be a while. Why do you need a Whitehelm event? You have to keep in mind, Whitehelm currently has the most amount of troops of any kingdom right now. So it's definitely going to be a while before it gets more. Because it's far ahead of any other kingdom. There's nothing too excessively good in Whitehelm. There's a lot of decent stuff in Whitehelm. But as far as excessively good, there's really only Mercy. Oh, stream just went down for a second. Oh, there we go. There's only Mercy, slightly Guard's Avatar, and that's about it. Paladin gets used occasionally, Templar gets used in some armor teams. There isn't much. Like, the overall kingdom's not bad, but it's just, nothing's too special within it other than maybe Mercy. Yeah, we just had one last month for Whitehelm. We ended up getting that new legendary. The human legendary. There isn't much that it's used for currently. It could, in theory, be really good in the future. There isn't really good human synergies currently. Like, there's some good troops under humans, but it's kind of the same, I guess, issue as Whitehelm right now. Like, there's good troops within the kingdom, they just don't really overly synergize together. Yeah, one really good thing for the new human legend is Corvash. Corvash works pretty good with it. It basically makes Corvash into pre-nerf Corvash, back when he used to be able to 2-turn all of his mana. You can actually, in theory, 1-turn his mana if you use it with her and have a +2 banner and you surge it. You'd be able to 1-turn to full mana. But him with the half mana start makes him basically like he was prior to being nerfed. He was nerfed ages back. He ended up getting, he used to have armored. And, I mean, he used to have stone skin instead of armored. He also used to have a 14 mana cost instead of 15. I believe they also reduced his damage down by 1 or 2. Mainly because everyone was always using him in first to gain 3 to everything. Very rarely is he not used in first. The only context he's really not used in first is if you're using Gorgulfa in first, like on a Guild War Brown Day or something, or if you're using him for a stun, in which case you normally put him all the way in the back, or really anywheres if you're just using him for a stun. Though ever since Titan, you don't really use him for a stun too much anymore. You can just use Titan as a tank and it pretty much covers that role for you. For the most part. Well, you shouldn't do this exact team if you have lower stats. You should replace out the Forest Guardian with a Rowan. You should also replace out the hero weapon with a AoE weapon, most likely. Something that hits all enemies, like a War and Peace or something like that. Something easy to obtain. Oh, sorry about that. Whoa. That's what I just realized. The mic's kind of in the way, isn't it? Just move that over some. There we go. What do we need here? Let's go take a hit on them. I got a sniffly nose. The weather needs to stop changing all over the place. Goes from being like super cold to like a moderate day to a semi-warm day, back to being super cold. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. Is Magnus worth using for third trait now? He's always been somewhat okay to use for his third trait. The biggest issue with him is his ability has no extra turn potential, despite the fact that his last trait is dependent on him spamming extra turns. Hey, first vault key of the stream. And that brings us up to 5 vault keys total. And let's go use it. Shiny vault key. Oh, I forgot to go finish out the pet. Well, good thing I didn't finish out the pet because we got a vault key in that time. Okay, let's go just finish this. I'm not going to bother putting the Ogrin in there. This should be fine. Should hopefully be fine. I say that and we're probably going to have one of them escape. But luckily, Cedric can't escape. He has the biggest loot of all of them. What do we have? Ew. That's awful. 80,000 gold, 1 event key, and 2 diamonds. That could have been way better. But, 80,000 gold, it makes a little bit more of a stack, I guess. Oh, speaking of that, did I donate gold to the guild yet this week? I feel like I haven't. Why do I feel like I haven't? Let's see. Oops, let's claim the last of those as well. Oh no, I have. 1.5 million. Oh, I haven't done 300 trophies yet, though. That's sad. Oh, this is really easy to see everyone who I need to kick now. Hey, you have done 0 gold. Should probably go remind them later. Hey, another one that did 0. Don't make me start kicking everyone. Let's see. We're full again. I can start kicking. But that's fail. I'm not even doing my own guild requirement yet. I need to go do more trophies. Doesn't take that long, though. But mainly been grinding Explore is the problem. Anyways, before I forget, let me go finish this pet already. Back to pet. Fight. Which new Mythic? The next one coming up or the one that they currently added? The most recent one, I don't know. I don't feel like it's too overpowered. It's basically just a different version of Great Maul. There's some contexts where it's nice, like delves and stuff. In the few instances where it can actually be used for that. But, I don't know. It seems pretty average to me. Or a little bit above average, but it's very situational when you bring it out. And it's too slow to work for most battles. It's also really easy to counter with things like silence, mana drain, stuff like that. And also, once blessed becomes actually usable, like troops starting to get blessed, anything that does any kind of effects like that are going to probably start to become bad. Just because so many things will have immune to devour. As well as many other immunes. But also, he could potentially become stronger because the inverse could happen. In that they add good cursed options and then you're allowed to devour pretty much anything you want. But we'll have to see. We still don't know yet, I don't believe, which one's going to really be better, cursed or blessed. Because it's really heavily dependent. They basically need to add an equal amount of good blessed and good cursed troops. Otherwise, one is going to be used heavily more than the other. And will just become super powerful. Because if blessed is too good, everything is going to be pretty much unkillable. And if they make cursed too good, everyone's just going to run pretty much devour teams. Devour teams and various stats effect teams. Like free spam. The biggest issue with the new Mythic is exactly that. It's too slow for most things. Delves is about the only situation where it's not too slow. Just because in Delves it doesn't really matter too much how quickly you win, it just matters that you do win. So it's one of the few instances where you would use it. But for PvP and stuff, I don't really intend to ever use it again for PvP. You could if you wanted to, it's too slow compared to other options. I'd sooner use like Yagway, Queen Titania, or even really anything other than that for the most part. Or of course the trusty key. I really hope they never nerf this key. This is actually still one of my favorite teams ever in this game. I'd probably still use this team even after they nerf it. If they nerf it. And there we go. They said earlier they actually have no intention to nerf Skeleton Key. They said the same thing with Bombot. Bombot was super, super ridiculously powerful the first few months it came out. But then they never touched it. But then the meta shifted and then it became kind of irrelevant. But hopefully the same doesn't happen to Key. But yeah, who knows? Maybe they just won't touch it and it'll stay relevant. Or not relevant. We'll see. Anyways, let me go do dungeons before I forget. This is not the team I meant to use, but I guess this will work as well. Or not. Never mind. That does so little damage against things that actually have stats. There we go. Okay, let's switch to Key or literally anything other than that. It's gonna be way too slow against these. How do you get Vault Keys? Vault Keys are obtained a number of ways. The most viable way to gain it right now is it's currently a Vault event. Vault events occur about once every month, and during it, it lasts from Friday reset all the way until Monday reset once per month. And basically during this time, there'll be an increased chance of finding treasure gnomes of various kinds, as well as specifically finding Vault Keys from them. You can find them in pretty much any game mode. PvP, casual PvP, challenges, quests, explore, nearly everywhere. The only places it really isn't is guild-related stuff and things that are static challenges like pet battles, dungeons, delves, stuff like that. But or the locations where they aren't. But generally just spamming Explorer is one of the better ways. Explorer PvP or Arena. Any of those locations tend to work best. But the other ways that you obtain them is there's various weekly events that sometimes have them. For example, the Tuesday event for Delves is one of the easier ways to get a guaranteed Vault Key pretty much every single week, as it's extremely easy to get to the point of getting a Vault Key off of that, and is generally also free. But yeah, there's that. There's Bounty Hunter once a month that can occur. If your guild does decent in raids and evasions, you get a Vault Key from those. And I believe that's most of the methods. Oh, and Tower of Doom. Can you join Dragon's Peak? Well, we are currently full, but we do have some people that we might need to kick. If you let me know again tomorrow, or message me on the forum just to let me know, I could probably get you in later tomorrow. But I don't know, I need to double check with the people who are semi-inactive in my guild and see who I might need to kick. We'll probably kick one or two, or just double check with everyone. But anyways, let's go and continue with our exploring. Got one Vault Key so far. So far, not too bad of a rate. That's what, 5 keys now? Yeah, 5 keys. 3 during the morning stream, 1 last night, and 1 so far this stream. So we're halfway to my goal of trying to get 10. We don't have to get 10, but it'd be nice. Aw, 1 mana short. Why you gotta do that? Oh, sorry, I didn't see your earlier message. In a stream recently, you said it might not be possible to get a vault key from Cedric, but just got one. Oh yeah, it's possible. It's just very, very rare. And it's not from Cedric, I don't believe. It's from one of the other gnomes in that battle. I don't think Cedric himself can actually drop one. Did he specifically get it from Cedric? That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen him drop one. Well, then again, I've never actually seen anything in a vault key after you drop a vault key. It is possible, but it's just apparently very unlikely. We've opened over 100 vault keys and I've never seen one. Specifically within a vault key. Okay, grab that, get a gold, take a red. And next week's Guild Wars too, so we definitely need to make sure we have everyone ready to go. Guild Wars is one of the most annoying game modes to have anyone missing on. The other ones, it doesn't matter too much because you can easily complete most of the other ones with only 25 or 26 or 27 people if we really had to, or 28, or really any number less. But Guild Wars, you, at least at endgame Guild Wars, you're missing 1 person and you're at a severe disadvantage compared to a guild that has every person, all 30 members. Let's see. Let's move that for now. Take our green, destroy all the things. Yeah, Leprechaun's Empowered Explosion will be interesting. Next week's Legend is interesting. It could, in theory, be okay. It's probably way, way, way too random to ever be viable, though. I like the concept of it, though. It's basically, you get some guaranteed magic, and then it's a bunch of random other stuff that you could potentially get. Either damage, explosions, and or HP gain. But yeah, there is a small % chance that it just is 100% useless. But there's also a decent chance that it ends up doing a double of like explosion into AoE or explosion into damage. I mean, explosion into damage or explosion into heal, which would make it very beneficial. You're pretty much just putting it completely to luck if you're using that troop though. So it's not going to be used too often, but it's still going to be a fun troop to use and mess around with. It also has Fairy Fire, so it's yet another Fairy Fire option. There's not too many of them. There's really, as far as viable Fairy Fire options, there's really only 2 that exist. There's Queen Titania and there's Glitter Claw. And even after that new legend comes out, it's pretty much still just going to be those 2 options, but at least there's technically another one. Of course there's Stuna and stuff too, but Stuna's pretty bad. What is the event kingdom next week? Bright Forest is next week's kingdom. The one with all the fairy fire. It's actually decent to open event keys next week, not just because there's a new legend coming into the game, but because there's a mythic available. It's not a good mythic, but still is a mythic. And there's also Queen Titania, which is probably the most relevant reason as to why. Oh, wait. Yeah, isn't Queen Titania in that kingdom? I'm pretty sure it is. I had to forget for a second now. I'm pretty sure she's from that kingdom. Queen Titania is insanely good. They keep underestimating how much damage she actually does. Not only does she have one of the highest damage AoEs, but she also has one of the best Fairy Fires. Actually, she has literally the best Fairy Fire. Glitter Claw in some instances could be considered better, but you need a really good board setup for it to actually be better. You also need a heavily green-dependent team. Let's see. Bright Forest. Yeah, she's the one. Oh yeah, and Glitter Claw, of course. Yeah, here's everything that would be available next week for it, plus the new legend, plus the ultra rare that's coming in. As far as relevant troops, though, there's really only two, and it's Glitter Claw and Queen Titania, mainly Queen Titania. Queen Titania is pretty much this entire kingdom. It deals really decent AoE damage as base damage, has a 4x boost ratio per red on the team. I mean, within the battle. So even enemy reds, you gain boost ratio. She could, in theory, end up gaining 32 additional damage to all enemies if your entire team, any enemy's entire team is red. Obviously, that normally doesn't happen, but very commonly you can get about 3 to 4, and let's just say 4. That's 16 additional damage. That's 38 damage right there. On top of that, she has extra turn potential, similar to how Queen Mab is. She's basically an inverse Queen Mab. And she also has the best Fairy Fire, just extra Fairy Fire every extra turn it does. The only thing that slightly does Fairy Fire better is Glitter Claw, which Fairy Fires everything at once, and then converts all blue to green. And assuming you have alignment on that, you basically get a free turn into automatic Fairy Fire on all enemies. The rest of its ability is pretty bad, but the Fairy Fire itself is pretty nice, and then you can just spam other abilities. The best thing I find is Ward Breaker. It works insanely well behind Ward Breaker, since you could just use this, fill up Ward Breaker, and then just spam Ward Breaker into 50% additional damage, which does a lot of damage. And also there's the Mythic of Suna. She's not really that relevant, but still, she's a Mythic nonetheless. If true damage ever became good, she might be kind of okay. Probably not. She's one of those Mythics that are just probably always going to be bad, though. But you never know. And who knows, maybe they'll buff it on Monday. Probably not, though. $50 diamonds from the vault? That's not too bad. So I'm pretty sure you don't need diamonds anymore, which is why you're mentioning that. I feel like most endgame players don't actually need diamonds, just because they have so many other resources that diamonds almost become irrelevant. So of course, I guess some people in late game might actually save their keys, skip a mythic, and then just buy it with diamonds instead if it's a really bad mythic. I unfortunately cannot do that though, because we need to always show it for videos and stuff. This burns through a lot of resources. What's the fastest way to farm lots of gold at the moment? Spamming PvP over and over and over again, ideally with a Cedric Sparkle Stack related team, like with Bronze Lock Pistol, or with Skeleton Key. Basically the exact team we're using now. Oh wait, why am I using this on... Whoops. I just realized I'm using this on Explorer. That's not what you're supposed to do. But yeah, basically using this team on PvP is one of the quickest ways in the entire game to gain gold. Okay, let's go win this battle. There's this mixed match team. Well, it's not really mixed match. Well, mixed match in that it's not the correct location. Okay, let's go use an actual Explorer team now, so we can win at a quick rate. Oops, don't use that. Where'd it go? Right over there. Why is my team... There it is. Let's go with that. Yeah, diamonds are a pretty crucial resource in this game just because they're the main way of obtaining specific mythics. You can obtain the best teams in the entire game by using diamonds if you don't already have them. Since you can craft every higher rarity trip in the game with diamonds, legends, and mythics. So having more diamonds would eventually allow you to build any team you ever want. And what's nice about them is they always are the same cost, and even though they aren't always available to craft at any given time, you can just craft whatever the meta is at any given time with the diamonds you have. Though oddly enough, one of the best teams in the game doesn't actually even use any mythics at the moment. And technically you don't even need the legend there either. Let's see. And as far as the key team, it's the same way. The only really hard thing to obtain from it's Cedric Sparkle Sack. But as I mentioned, don't forget, try getting Cedric Sparkle Sack this weekend. This is one of the few times when you'll actually be able to get Cedric Sparkle Sack pretty easily. Well, easily. Easier than normal, or easiest it'll ever be. During Vault events, when there's a bunch of Vault keys. Makes it a lot easier to try to get a Cedric, since the only way you can get him is from Vault keys. Highly advise having him, since he's used in pretty much every gold team in the game. Not to mention he has another thing that he synergizes with starting on Monday. Empowered Explosions being added to the game. That's boosted based on gold, which of course would be beneficial if you had Cedric for it. I don't know why they keep adding so many things that are gold related. I guess because they were slightly nerfing gold, kind of, when they ended up changing how PvP matchmaking works. So maybe they were trying to replenish some of that gold, I guess. So yeah, they're adding a lot of really good gold options. Which is really nice. I'm actually really surprised. That, or maybe they want more people getting gold for delves, I guess, or for factions. I'm pretty sure most people aren't bothering to go beyond level 100 just because of how costly it is. Good morning, William. Welcome. You have Titania and Glitter Claw. Should you save event keys? Well, we're still getting a new legend on Monday. It's a pretty weird legend. It's a dragon legend, so it synergizes with all dragon teams. But it's going to be too random, most likely, to ever be viable. But I don't know, we'll see. I still don't know how I feel about the new legend. After testing it some, I'll probably know. My current verdict is it's going to be way too random to ever be usable. But you never know. It could be one of those troops that you bring out occasionally just to see what it can do. And might still be good enough to actually be worth it. Because it's still like, it's almost like Fizzbang in a way. Because it still has a 50% chance that it's going to explode. The problem is it doesn't have that automatic extra turn attached to it like Fizzbang does. Which is one of the reasons why she's actually decent. Of course, you could still get an extra turn off the explosion. It's just less likely if it's not automatic. Hey, a gold key. We haven't used gold keys for a while. How many gold keys do I even have? I feel like we probably have several tens of thousands. Should probably go check after this battle. Because we haven't had much of a need to open them. Because the only time we tend to open them is whenever a new kingdom gets released. And for the obvious reason, well, there's been no kingdoms recently. So if I had to guess, probably 33,000. Hey, almost got it. 34,747 gold keys. That is a lot of gold keys. And that's going to take forever to actually open 200 at a time. Though we have opened 5,000 keys before where we could only open them one at a time back in the old format of the game. That took forever. It actually took about 10 hours to open 5,000 keys way back when. Like 3 years ago. I don't have the stream of that though. We did stream it. But I streamed it in a way where it didn't get saved in any way. Yeah, 10 hours of opening keys one at a time. What a stream. Actually, it was split into 2 streams just because it took so long. Why didn't they add AoE damage based on souls collected? Oh, that'd be great if they added some kind of troop like that. An AoE Ferris Rod. That would be pretty funny. Lust is not really worth using most of the time. It's really good with Sunbird. That is true. But, I don't know, it just doesn't tend to get the job done. It's fine to use, it's just really inconsistent. Because you don't know where the charms are going to do damage to. It's not bad. Every single time you cast Sunbird, you of course get the charms. And it just keeps going every time. Oh, we're gonna move that over. Chalky. That was actually, I believe, the first stream we ever did. Way back when. Like, before I even, like, started streaming regularly. We just did a, we just opened a bunch of, glory keys. I mean, not glory keys. What are they called? Yeah, it was a different type of key. I think they were called iron keys? Steel keys? I forget. There are basically two types of keys. Some kind of key that was the weaker key, and then magic keys, back in the day. And, we ended up opening the weaker one. Like a gigantic, absurd amount of them. How many keys have we gotten so far? 5 Vault keys this weekend. 1 today so far. Yeah, it was Iron Magic, what JZG said. Yeah, those are like the really old times. If you were here, if you were playing the game back when those keys existed, wow, that is like ancient times ago. That's what, three and a half years ago, something like that. Suggestion on Iron Gut teams. Most viable one that I'm aware of is, see if I can even remember it. Okay, that's a fail. I actually forget what it is. I think I still have it saved though. I just forgot off the top of my head what it is. 1 second. It was Rock Troll into the Iron Gut with just spamming it over and over again. Where'd it go? Did I overwrite it? Wow, I actually can't remember. Oh, there it is, Devour King. Yeah, that was it. Mountain Crusher, Iron Guts, Rock Troll, and Goblin King. Goblin King can be replaced for other stuff. Mountain Crusher's for the obvious reason. Mountain Crusher's just insanely good. Obviously with Titan, if you were to use it in this context. Iron Guts, of course, what the team's built around. Rock Troll is for all the browns, doubles the brown. You get Brown Storm off of this, so you have a lot of browns. And you just keep doubling it. And Goblin King can be replaced for other stuff, but it's basically just for board control. Also, worst comes to worst, it'll summon and make sure you don't die. But he's mainly just here for board control so that you can get additional mana. The whole premise of this team is since he has extra turn on his ability, you're basically just trying to devour into devour into devour into devour this entire time. And you can Rock Troll back to Mountain Crusher back to Rock Troll, loop back and forth with those, assuming the Mountain Crusher extra turns, and which it should with the Brown Storm. And just basically keep spamming this until you get all the devours you want. Biggest issue with it is it's not the quickest of teams, but for something like if this was actually usable in a delve, like if a brown-red or a brown-purple delve ever came around, this would end up working out pretty nicely for any of those. I'm not quite sure what the next delve would really use with it, because we're going to be restricted, I believe, to yellow and green, which in theory you could still get away with an Iron Gut team in there, but not sure what the rest of the composition would be. You could use everything from this team except the Rock Troll. Problem is, Rock Troll is kind of one of the main components of it. Maybe not necessary 100%, but it's definitely really helpful. That's the main one. Pretty much anything that spams a lot of brown is sufficient, though. Any version of brown spam is going to be really decent with it. Also, yes, you can use Stargazer variants. Stargazer gives it a higher chance of getting a Devour. I've been not using it just because I've found doing mana spam to be better than trying to deal with the slightly higher rate from that. But, yeah, you can use Stargazer to buff it. It's about a 20 attack buff or so, depending on your magic. Yeah, throw a nice Sunbird there. Dead. Good to go. Well, generally you don't use Iron Gut up front. You use him in a place where he's safe and just spam him for Devour. So you don't really need to worry about if he gets attack or not. Wow, you got 11 Volkeys so far. That's a lot of Volkeys. Hey, Glory Gnome. We're getting a decent amount of gnomes all of a sudden. Nothing really too good from them, but still a lot of gnomes. Yep, still getting the worst drop. That's not too bad, though. Even though it's bad. It's the worst possible option it has, but still a good drop. Just seeing a Glory Gnome is automatically a good drop. Ah, 0 Volkeys. That's really disappointing. It happens, though. It happens. Yeah, the chance of getting a Mythic off of event keys is about the same as a gem key. Or actually, it should be exactly the same. It's only about a 1 in 1,000. It's very, very low chance. Possible, but low chance. Generally, after you've Mythic'd everything in the game other than the Mythic, you should stop trying to get the Mythic from event keys. Otherwise, you're just wasting your resources. There's not a single situation where the Mythic is good enough that you should be still doing event keys at that point. Except maybe in Furnace. It's like one of the only few exceptions. Like maybe in Furnace or Ferris Rock. But in every other instance, I would never really say it's worth spamming beyond having everything in the kingdom to Mythic. Hey, Soul Gnome. Do you have the Vault Key? You know you want to. Nope, he dropped his best soul drop, though, at least. If you don't have Forest Guardian in this team, what do you use? Rowain. You get her for free from completing out Forest of Thorns. Plays out pretty much the exact same way. It's actually even better to use Rowain if you don't have enough to one-shot with Sunbird. Or at least mostly one-shot with the Sunbird. But yeah, Sunbird Rowain is better if you have lower stats. The only reason we're specifically doing this is because we have such high stats that Sunbird generally one-shots the entire team. But if you have lower stats, that normally won't happen. 5 diamonds. Well, at least he didn't give 2 diamonds, if nothing else. Still a bad drop. But we need diamonds. One mana short. But yeah, basically, if you play this game with Rowain, or if you play this team with Rowain, it's the same premise. You just throw Firebomb immediately, then you throw Sunbird once, then you throw Rowain once, and you win the battle. Sometimes you can even win with just one of those casts. Depends what stats are. Also, if you have the choice between Rowain and Sunbird, I believe Rowain normally, it depends on your stats, but Rowain normally has slightly more damage than Sunbird. Assuming it hasn't been damaged and assuming you have about the same amount of armor and HP, Rowain will do slightly more damage. Wow, seriously, a lot of gnomes all of a sudden. I don't mind, though. Found like 5 gnomes. I think we found like 1 gnome every minute now. Last several minutes. And 1,000 glory. Very nice. Still not a vault key, but still good loot. And now we need to go on our road to 2 million glory. That's probably never going to happen. Especially since we've been spending a lot of glory for every new troop that comes out. Pretty much every single new troop that ever comes out from now on through glory. I'm maxing immediately with glory. And even in doing so, I believe we could still keep our glory above 1 million. It's still 77,000 above it right now. And it's only going to be even higher once we finish out this event, due to all the glory we keep getting. Also, let's check trade stones. Maybe we finally go switch the kingdom we're doing. We're currently only doing Mr. Scales because it was our lowest, but it might not be our lowest anymore. Let's see, 236. Well, it's getting close to not being our lowest. Wait, where are the rest of them? 236. Oh, it's actually not our lowest anymore. We could technically go switch kingdoms if we want to. I guess we will for a little while. We can go do Zhejian instead. I don't know how much better this will be because all it is a bunch of annoying goblins, but yeah, let's go change up a scenery a little bit. Go into this place. This place has a lot more browns, but we already got the objective done. Actually, we probably have it 2 times over. Let's see. Yep, actually a little bit more than 2 times over. That's what I said, by the end of this week we'd probably have it 3 times over. We're probably almost gonna have it 4 times over. But definitely 3 times. Yeah, we're almost at 250 of all trade stones. And also, I am doing this for an actual reason, too. It has been confirmed that they're doing something with trade stones next year. They didn't say what, but they are doing something with trade stones. So there's going to be some kind of trade stone sync. And I assume it would sync it somewhat evenly, so we're probably going to need a bunch of arcanes. So I might as well keep collecting them, because they're actually going to be useful for something soon. By soon, I mean probably like 6 months from now, but still. Sometime in the near future. Near future being next year. At some point. Okay, move that over. Grab a firebomb. Getting our mana going. No, I don't think Glory Gnome's been nerfed at all. Drop table seems to be about the same as normal. Well, its drops are definitely the same, and the rate of them seems about the same too. We've gotten 1,000 plenty of times. Probably gotten it like 8 times this weekend. Maybe 10, somewhere around there. Really? That's not fair. Since when does Explorer troll you with gnomes? I don't think I've ever seen that before. 3 normal gnomes with a mythic. Like, that's not PvP, that's an explore battle. That's really strange. Oh, are they always in Zhejian? Interesting. I don't think I've explored much in Zhejian, which would explain why it's our lowest trade stone. What's it doing trying to get a kill? Yep, there it is somewhat again. Interesting. But I don't mind, they're very weak. They're so weak they try killing themselves out. The only problem is I'm gonna keep thinking they're real gnomes here and there. Maybe we should go back to the other kingdom. Like, that's not an actual gnome escaping, that's a fake gnome. So we didn't actually lose any loot there. But there's so many fake gnomes that I'm gonna think that it's a fake gnome when it's an actual real one. At least there's an audio cue for it. It's one of the only reasons I probably play with sounds. Well, I don't normally when I have stream off, but during gnome events I generally do, even when off stream. Just because of the gnome sounds. So you know if there's actually loot in the battle. Really? That 20 HP gave it way too much HP. No! Oops, I almost just wasted resources. That would have been a fail. Back to Zhejian. I don't know, I think we might go back to the other kingdom. How do you have it set so the enemy team is always scouted? The only way to do that is to spend, I believe, $30 is on the game. You need VIP 3 for it. Or is VIP 340? I keep forgetting. 30 or 40. But I think it's 30. Anyways, yeah, unfortunately I have to spend a small amount of money on the game. Generally buying Death Knight armor is how you do it. Also, that's what I'm concerned about. They keep adding this... They have all these fake gnomes, and then it's going to be a real gnome. And I'm going to think it's not actually a real gnome. It's going to happen eventually. But yeah, it's VIP 3 that ends up unlocking that. It's one of the only things from paying money that's actually, like, really, really good. But yeah, it's underneath the thingy thing. Most efficient way of doing it is just getting Death Knight armor. But after $30, you end up getting these and automatic free scouting. There's really only 2 points in VIP where you get something that's somewhat relevant. Well, you're always getting extra, like, percents and stuff. But VIP 3 where you get automatic free scouting at $30 and VIP chest access at $130. VIP chests in the current state of the game are actually not ever viable to use. But they are technically the best way in the entire game of getting mythics other than crafting them with 4,000 diamonds each. Hey, Glory Gnome. Oh, we're getting a really high rate of gnomes all of a sudden. I don't mind, though. Like 15 minutes now, we've gotten a gnome every minute. You should try the team Glaceon, Divinia, Sunweaver, and Iron Guts. It seems okay. I don't think you would need to really mix Skull Spam with it, though. And if you were, you'd probably want to have it up front so you can actually use its attack value. I'd probably just want to build all into a Devour team or all into a Skull Spam team, though. Yeah, I used to use VIP keys for mythics and stuff, but nowadays I actually haven't opened a VIP key, other than the 2 that they gave for free from last month. I haven't opened a VIP key for like 5 months now, or 6 months. It's been a long while. There's a couple things that made them not as relevant. Oddly enough, one of the main things that actually made them irrelevant is the addition of ingots added to the game. Because they still, for whatever reason, have not added ingots to VIP chests, which I guess to a degree is kind of a good thing, just so it doesn't block drops. But it also makes it so you can't farm ingots in them. But I guess it also somewhat makes sense because, well, it doesn't. Like, there's an epic ingot problem, and that would be a great way to add epic ingots to the game. But, I kind of see why they haven't, because for one, it would block drops, but also because legendary and mythic ingots are pretty much worth nothing due to how plentiful they are from delves. Yeah, VIP chests are really expensive. They're 50 gems each. 2,250 to get 50 of them. Gems, that is. They're absurdly expensive, and opening the equivalent of gem keys is sometimes even better, occasionally. The only real benefit that you have is from VIP keys, you're getting more legendary drops and you're getting more mythic drops. You're getting less drops overall, as far as sheer number, but more of them will be legend and mythic compared to gem chests. Hey, an arcane. I think we're about even now on arcanes for both of them. We'll still stay here for a little bit, then we'll go back to Mesoscales since it'll be the lowest again. Another gnome. A real one. Ah, no Volky though. You're a fake gnome, you don't have a Volky on you. Yeah, we still need to find at least another 2 Vault Keys this stream, hopefully. Also, if we do find another Vault Key, I'll give out the code immediately. Otherwise, we'll do it in the next hour or so. Yeah, we're up to 5 so far this weekend. The goal was 10. We don't have to get 10, but I don't know, it'd be nice if we got that many. At least a few more, if nothing else. Because we're probably not getting another Vault event until late January. Oh, I thought that was a real one for a second. Yeah, I might just go back to a different kingdom just so we don't keep getting fake gnomes. There's too many fake gnomes in this kingdom. I changed that because I don't think Firebomb was actually enough damage. Actually, it probably was, but oh well. There we go. Any improvements for your soul farming team? You're leveling Titan while farming, so your hero needs to be in it. Currently running with, excuse me, Hero, Dragon Soul, Ferishra, Azarus. Sounds about right. Sounds like it's fine to use. Hello, Titan. Welcome. Another arcane, very nice. Every little bit helps. Luckily he didn't get a skull. Actually, never mind, he didn't have his trait. He couldn't have drained us even if he did take a skull. Still getting orbs on every Vault Key? No, we've been getting other stuff. Actually, the last few we've been just getting gold. We keep getting 60 gold drop for whatever reason. I think 3 of our last 4 keys ended up giving us gold. Please don't trigger it. No. Oh, I actually didn't trigger it, but he already got a summon from earlier. Okay, do we try it? Never mind, we didn't even get full mana off of that. There we go, nice. And double Doom Skull was actually enough to kill it. If that wasn't double Doom Skull, wouldn't have been enough. Even if it was 1 Doom Skull, it wouldn't have been enough. Yeah, that 25% spell reduction, very annoying. With Titan to soul farm, you use Dark Troll, Ferishra, Kerberos, and Hero. Yeah, I guess that could work. Kerberos is a little bit of a weird choice for it, but it still would help with the soul gains. That's a real one. And all it does is 3 Celestials. Oh well. Who knows? Maybe we need those as well. Though even if we ever did need them, I think we're kind of covered because we can craft them with the color things. We can have 94 more of them if we wanted to, with all the ones we've had saved up and accumulated. Okay, let's go back to where were we? Here, explore. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. Seriously, what's with all of the gnomes? I've been getting a really high amount the last several minutes. And only 5 diamonds, oh well. Better than no gnome at all, I guess. What the gnome said. Come on, Volky. Nope, 100 souls. That's awful. Still better than nothing, technically. Though that basically is the near equivalent of nothing. Full mana dead. Do you think Dooms would be usable in some Deathmark related teams? Let's see. Probably not, just because they have way too high of a mana cost. And you would have to loop like crazy for them to actually start getting their Deathmarks down. You'd be better off just using the Mythic of Death, assuming you have it. If you were to bother doing that. You'd also be better with Creeping Death if you were to go with a cheaper option that's not that mythic. But yeah, I don't really think you would bother ever building the Dooms into a Deathmark spam team. This doesn't seem like it'd be worth it. They're way too slow to use. Hey, another arcane, nice. Almost about time to go switch to the other kingdom. Probably next arcane we'll switch back to the other kingdom. But then again, maybe we do stay here. There seems to get a higher rate of gnomes all of a sudden since we changed there. Pretty sure that's just a coincidence, but might as well stay here for now. It might just seem like that because we're getting a bunch of real ones and fake ones. But, I don't know, it seems like the real amount is still higher as well. About to gain a level 2 in several battles. Firebomb. Grab the red. Split things. And there we go. Only gold again, really? That's awful. We're just killing everything with 7 damage off a Thief. Also, Thief's almost at level 79, I believe. Slowly but surely it shall get axed. Still got a ways to go though. We're not even 3/4 the way there. I forget what point even is 3/4. I know 70 is half. I guess 3/4 would be somewhere around 90 then. Picking that mainly because it's not going to kill. Oh no, never mind, it did. Okay, I guess that was useless then. Hey, level, nice. What do we have? Red or blue? Looks like blue to keep it even. And we got mail, just because it's the one event key in 100 glory. That event key will go towards Monday. It's barely even going to dent our stash of event keys, though. Too bad we can't convert event keys into gem keys. I have a feeling we're going to need more gem keys than we currently have next Mythic. Okay, what do we need here? Nothing to drop. Just throw the firebomb. Come on, cast. I got rid of my extra turn I could have had there. Oh well. Throw this down just to see what happens. And try getting the Sunbird up. Nothing to do with that though. Let's take Skull. Let's kill it with plain skulls at this point. There we go. Kill it with 4 skulls. Not the most ideal way of doing it, but it works. Normal gnome. Get our splits. Have a vault key, please. Nope. 100 souls. Useless. That's like 30 seconds of souls. I hate when it brings you back to main menu. Hopefully one of those gnomes is real. Nope. Of course, just going by the thumbnail, it's never an indication that there is a gnome or not. A real gnome will never show up in the thumbnail of a battle, like the scouting thing. He got rid of my red. It will. Do that. Did. That's what you get for taking my red. Hey, hi King Iron Guts. I don't think he's actually in this battle though, even though he's in the thumbnail for whatever reason. I always thought they made it of like a random troop from the enemy team, but apparently not. Maybe it's just from the kingdom where you're battling in. Yeah, that might make sense, because that's also from the kingdom. You just got trolled by 2 treasure gnomes in Explore battle and neither gave you anything. Yeah, only if they have a bag next to their thing are they actually a gnome. Of course. Like that one. Like that useless 20 topazes. take our red, grab a firebomb, and burn it all away. 20 emeralds. We're gonna get 20 of every useless color. Hello, Irish. Welcome. Yeah, we'll stick to this skull there. It's enough to get full mana off the explosion, off the Doom Skull. And anyways, clear it out. I'm not even gonna bother with those greens. It's enough just to kill it with this. Too bad Explorer doesn't give 2 XP each battle. Though for the obvious reason it only gives 1. That would be absurdly quick XP if it was otherwise. There'd be no point in doing any other method if it wasn't that way. We've got an arcane. Oh, we could probably go switch back to the other kingdom now if we really want to. I guess we'll still keep here though. I don't know why. It feels like we're getting more gnomes from this kingdom. I know we're getting a lot of fake ones too, but like even the real amount has been higher. Glad you could join us. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them. We're mainly just, of course, farming the vault event for the good majority of the stream. Or pretty much the entirety of this stream, just because it's a vault event. Gotta do it whenever it comes around if we have the time. Really, really good resources. A lot of gem-related resources too, and great way to get vault keys and just keys in general and gems. It's also a great time to go level hero classes, level hero, farm trait stones, and any other thing similar to that. Since you get more resources while you do it. Hello, Carlo. Welcome. HP, how awful. I have no way to kill. Actually, you know what? Can we get an extra turn anywheres? We actually could do 7 damage to it with an extra turn. Probably one of the other easier way of killing it. Finally got skeleton key, nice. Oh yeah, it's way better than Bonnie Rose. Bonnie Rose is unfortunately really underwhelming. It's okay for early game if you have no other options. It can just basically one-shot anything one at a time. But skeleton key is way, way better. Not only can it double shot like a Bonnie Rose, or you know, basically do 2 hits instead of 1, it can also extra turn. Plus it has a bunch of other side effects that it could potentially do. Like the extra 5 damage to get rid of barrier and stuff like that. No gnomes for you all morning? Really? We've been getting one almost every minute the last, like, half an hour almost. That is above average, though, getting it every minute. It should only be about 1 every 5 minutes or so. Which kingdom are we exploring? I don't know why, but Zhejian seems to have a lot of goblins. A lot of fake ones, but also more real ones. We were doing, what's it called? We were doing Miss the Scales for most of the time, and that had an okay rate as well. Not as much as this kingdom, though. I'm pretty sure that's just coincidence, but we are getting way more gnomes from this, from Zhejian. Yeah, I generally skip daily tasks unless they overlap. They're not really worth doing most of the time unless they overlap. Though I do have one right now, which is the same as yesterday, where all we have to do is take a bunch of 5x gem matches, and we end up getting it done. Easiest way to do that is with a conversion or gem spawn team, neither of which we're using right now. But you probably want to make sure I do that before the end of the day. It's 15 free gems by doing something we're pretty much already going to be doing. Even just using this team, we might naturally get it. And we could deliberately manipulate it by getting it 5 times like that. Boom, boom. Converters do it a lot better than anything else. Yeah, I think we're almost already done with it. Yeah, we're almost already done with it. We just need to do 10 more. That will happen without even trying. And we haven't even been trying yet. This is 15 free gems, basically. Just doing nothing other than what we're already doing. Nothing there. Grab our mana. Should be close to a level on hero class. Hello, Tass. Welcome. How's it going? It's been going pretty well. I'm glad you could join us again. But yeah, holidays right around the corner. And I don't know, everything's been going pretty decently. Are you still planning to buy a Steam controller? Are they on sale? I forgot. Did Steam do a sale yet? I might be still buying a Steam controller. I kind of want to get one just to kind of test it if it's cheap enough. I don't know how much I'd really use it. Honestly, the controller I've mainly been using, and I might even try to start using it on PC, is the Power A GameCube controller. It's basically a Nintendo Switch it's basically a Nintendo Switch version of a GameCube controller. It's only 25 bucks. It's pretty nice. It's basically just as good as the old GameCube controllers from what I can see, and it has all the buttons for Nintendo Switch as well, like the home page button, the plus and minus button, the screenshot button, stuff like that. And it's a USB controller. It's not a GameCube controller in that sense, so you can use it for PC and other stuff. I haven't tried using it for that yet, but I don't know. I always liked the GameCube controller. Probably one of my favorite controllers. It's nice, simple, and a lot of nostalgia because I used to use that thing like crazy. Actually, probably out of any console, I probably have the most amount of time on GameCube games than any other console. Even when I had a Wii, I was still playing GameCube games. Yeah, let me go double check. I didn't even notice if they have Steam started the winter sale. I haven't even been paying much attention to Steam. It's kind of funny. I play Gems of War on Steam every single day. Yet lately I haven't really been paying any attention at all to Steam itself. Let me see. I don't think it's on sale yet. Doesn't look like they started the winter sale. Let's see. Where'd it go? Steam controller. Oh yeah, it's not on sale yet. But hopefully it goes on sale for like 60+% off or something. Also, if they sell it for $5 again, I might as well get the Steam Link thing too, just so it's easier to connect to a TV. Because I have all the other wires for it, I believe. So if it goes back down to $5, I believe they sold it for $5 before. I definitely don't want to pay $50 for it. That would be absurd. It's barely even useful. But might as well. For that cheap, it's basically just an adapter. Yeah, it was a few weeks ago, and it should be again for winter sale. Oh, why'd I do that? Well, I guess it still works. No! Why do you have to live with 1 HP? And it wasted the whole firebomb on it. If it would have hit the other one, it would have died, but oh well. I'll throw a firebomb now. Sunbird everything. That. Get a firebomb. Any tips on quickly getting orbs? The only way to really get orbs is to have a guild that helps you with guild-related events a lot. Bounty hunters are a pretty good way to get them, and just trying to get a bunch of vault keys during a vault event are about the only few ways to really get them. Yeah, most of my orbs are just gained passively through the guild for the most part, from doing guild-related events, like, for example, raids this week. And next week is Guild Wars, I believe. Actually, Guild Wars doesn't have any orbs. That's the only guild event that doesn't have orbs. But all the other ones do. The Tuesday events are pretty good for getting 2 free orbs as well. It is really, really simple to get 2 free orbs from the faction event. And it normally is free or only 30 gem costs as well. Sometimes 90. That is super cheap to get a lot of orbs on that. Actually, probably the lowest gem cost to orb ratio in the entire game. Tuesday Vault event. I mean, Tuesday faction event, I mean. Because it's normally free or 15 gems per orb, basically. Which is absurdly cheap. It takes an hour or a few hours to get to that point. But still, it's pretty cheap. Hello, Mario. Hello, Ellen. I've been doing pretty good. Hey, Soul Gnome. Please have a vault key. Only gotten 1 so far to stream. We will give out a code once we find one. Or soon if we don't end up getting one. In the next hour or so. There we go. Well, there's vault key. There's the redeem code. Well, nice. Okay. That's our second vault key of today. That's our... I'm starting to lose track. That's our 6th vault key total. Yeah, 6 vault keys so far. So hopefully we'll find at least 4 more. Well, let's see what we get from it. Let's go in here. And then we'll give out a code. Take that just in case. Oh, and we get Sunbird out of it. Nice. Come on! Something that's not horrible. No! That's horrible. I did not need more copies of Cedric. That'd be good if we actually needed him, but I did not need more. We have like 10 copies of him, plus we have a Mythic. Let me see, how many copies of Cedric do I have? Yeah, I was right. We have 9 copies, plus we have a Mythic already. That is way too many Cedrics. But oh well. That means we've gotten 14 Cedric drops so far. Only 6 of which we actually needed. Well, I guess technically 7. But anyways, I said once we get another vault key, we'd give out a code, and that is what happened. So let's go do it. Mark that down. Mark. Put that there. Copy, copy. Save it. Put it over here. Put that there. Copy, copy. Paste. 1 second. Put that there. Do it on the other account. Do it right there. Copy the whole thing. And there you guys go. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a vault key in it, just a gem key. That'd be insane if a redeem code could actually have a vault key. I'm pretty sure they would never give that out. They were hesitant to even do event keys and still don't do event keys. Vault key is even better than a event key. A vault key could potentially be worth about 80 gems or so, on average. It's worth anywhere from like 0 all the way up to like upwards of 300 gems, depending on how lucky it gets. Anyways, let's go, and if you want to go use the redeem code, your invite code is found in your invite code section. I mean, under your settings menu, all the way at the bottom, whatever your game says there. Redeem code's right over there in chats, and just copy paste it and click the link. Use it on gemsofwar.com. Gives the same loot as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, and 2,500 gold. And I don't think we have a task to go open on any keys. No, we do not. Just have to go and get a bunch of 5 match gems. Also, it works on every platform except the console version, unfortunately. Also, I really hope they release it on Nintendo Switch. The Gems of War, that is. It seems like they're planning on it, but I don't know. They don't want to confirm it. I want them to, though. I'm hoping they just randomly surprise us in, like, March. It's like, hey, we're going to be releasing on Nintendo Switch. Aw, 2 fake gnomes. These are real. I feel like I need to go for a walk. It's such a gloomy day, but after the stream, I'm probably still just gonna go for a walk. That's something I've been needing to do more often. I still need to go buy a treadmill or something, but I've been needing to walk way more than I have been. I feel like I don't exercise enough. Because I don't exercise enough. Which is why I feel like I don't. It's not like I don't do it at all, it's just I definitely could do it more. I've been stuck at 180 for a while now. So at least it hasn't been increasing. But I ended up gaining like all the weight within like a year or two. Like during college. I gained like 50% more weight. The college diets of caffeine and sugar. To stay up and study and do other stuff. Exercise, you remember that 10 years ago. You play mobile games on your treadmill? Yeah, I would totally do that. I would definitely want to have a treadmill where I could just set up my Nintendo Switch and just have it set up there and just play it the entire time while I'm on the treadmill. I would totally do that. That sounds like exactly what I would do. I'd probably even get some kind of stand set up for it too, just so I could just use this touchscreen and everything. And that's something I keep forgetting about it too. It is touchscreenable, the Nintendo Switch, which is kind of nice. It's something I completely forgot about. Because I don't normally use phones or too much, and if I do, I use like really outdated phones, just like really cheap ones, just simply for calling. So I'm still not used to touchscreens. Like, I'm probably one of a few millennials who's like not used to touchscreens yet. So whenever a screen is like touchable, it's like, ooh, shiny technology. I still don't find it normal like touching a screen. Normally I prefer things that don't have it because I have like such oily fingers, so it normally smudges it. I do have a screen protector on it though, which helps mostly with that still. Oh no, I never do alcohol. I have way too much of an addictive personality to ever bother doing anything like that. No drugs, no alcohol, no nothing like that. Because I would definitely get hooked way too quickly if I ever started. I wouldn't have self-control with anything like that, so I just don't bother doing it at all. It's also probably why I play Gems of Wars too much. Let's see. I'll go take the blues. Grab that. Firebomb it down. You got your treadmill for 75? Nice. The cost isn't as much of an issue for me. Biggest issue is finding a place to put it in this house. There's not much room for it. Hey, level 81 on hero. Yeah, I've had a lot of friends and family that have had alcohol addictions, and I've just seen how awful it is. So I just want to completely avoid it. Just 100%, just to make sure. Hello, Julia. Welcome. Whenever it's a non-touch screen, you realize what's happening, or it takes like 5 to 10 minutes until you realize what's going on. It's funny. I just assume every screen is not a touch screen until it proves itself to be otherwise. So these days, it's almost the other way around. As far as how screens are. Oh yeah, Thief level 100 is actually going to be insanely good. I don't know why I haven't bothered grinding it yet. It's not Titan level good, but as far as a Skeleton Key team is concerned, it is going to be absurd. Like, it's already insanely good without it, and it's just going to get even better with 3 instant kills out of nowhere. But yeah, all we need to do now is find one more vault key, and we'll actually be on par to have 1 vault key per hour as far as on stream. We have been grinding slightly more than that, but I'm not counting off stream. Because it's only been for like a few hours anyways, just between stuff. It wasn't even consecutively. But that's actually a really good rate, 1 per hour. That's not normal. Though I believe it does average around there. I believe it averages around 1 per 90 minutes. Assuming average drop rate. Finally got a skeleton key. What class should you go for next? As far as weapon, there's not really any good weapons on any of the hero classes. There's only 2 hero classes that have a good weapon for the most part. Like, really good weapons. And that is Dragon Guard's Dragon's Eye. And, of course, Thief's skeleton key, which you just got. Every other hero weapon's pretty much useless. There are some situations where you might use a few of them just to mess around with, or just poke around with various mechanics, but I don't know, most of the other ones are pretty irrelevant for the most part. Really, just those 2 are the only ones that really get used. And of course, they're both brown. I don't know what they have with brown, but it is love making insanely good brown weapons. Like 90% of the best weapons in the game currently are brown, or have brown to some degree. And a surprising amount of them are pure brown as well. Mountain Crusher, Dragon's Eye, Skeleton Key, and why do I feel like I'm missing one? And yeah, mainly those. And then you can get into the other ones like Mang and stuff like that, and all the other brown Mang-like weapons, and black manacles and all that. Oh, and Bronze Black Pistol. We're literally using it right now. War and Peace is also the cheapest to obtain AoE weapon in the game. Like, it's the absolute easiest one to obtain. you can get it as low as like level 30 if you rush it. Though realistically, most people probably get it around level 60. But it's a lot quicker to get obtained than other ones. Not super good in late game, but it's the easiest to obtain one at least. How many wins to get from level 100 to 70? 2,525. Oops, sorry, stream went down for a second. I'll need to repeat it again. Come back, stream. There it is. Okay. 2,525 is how many wins you would need. Or how much EXP you would need. Which means if you're doing Explorer, that's also how many wins you would need. Yeah, 2,525. You need 5,050 total in order to get from 0 to max. So 70 to 100 would be 2,550. I mean 2,525. So we still got a ways to go. That's for sure. Still got a good like 1,500 more battles or something. Oh, we're obviously not doing that all this weekend. Or at least trying to get a good chunk in there. We're getting down like 3 per minute, so it's nice. Almost 4 per minute. Come on. Come on. Until that happens. Also, anyone just getting here, redeem code should still be working. There you guys go. We gave it out for the most recent vault key. Currently at 6 of them. We'll grab that, why not? Take that down. The Sunbird. And already dead, don't even need the Firebomb. Okay, now we're gonna go. Now we're kind of getting a little bit dry on gnomes, but I think we'll switch back to the other kingdom now after this battle, because it seems we were just getting lucky for a short duration of time. So let's go head back over to. Well, first things first, let's take our tribute. Grab that, get a bunch of gems and everything else. Oh, apparently we got a pet too. I think we already have it maxed though. No, we did not. Okay, well, let's go take a pet break then, and then we'll go to the other kingdom. Back to Mrs. Skills. It's probably our lowest arcane now too after we got those several arcanes. They were only like 3 away from each other. Come on. Okay, I'll take a blue, grab a red, get all destroyed, go this down twice, take that over, why not? And let's kill with that. we need 3 copies of it to actually get higher stats. And it's somewhat relevant because that's 1 whole additional HP for Guild Wars, Green Day. And while that's still a relatively small amount, that could be the difference between dying and not dying. And in Guild Wars, that's pretty important to not die. And Green Day is one of the more annoying days anyway, so that'll make it ever so slightly easier. Not by much, but maybe if we use a Yagway team, he'll now do 2 more damage. Since he boosts based on HP and could hit both of them. But what don't you understand? Feel free to ask any questions and we can try answering it. But what aspects do you not understand? It's one of those kind of games that are easy to get into, but has like so many weird complexities to it, if you really want to do things efficiently. They set this game up as a casual game, then just keep adding like really, really complicated things to it occasionally. I feel like traits were one of the more complicated things that they ended up adding too, because that added a whole layer of complexity on top of all matchmaking that they ended up adding. Because traits at one point used to not be a thing. It was just normal troops with normal cast. But then you had to consider not just the cast of your team, but also the traits of everything and how they synergize. Why did I give him those? Oh well, at least we got our mana. I'm gonna throw this down. It's obviously not enough damage, but it's not gonna be enough regardless of if we have max gold or not, so might as well do it. That down, throw it down again, get all the browns we need, go from there. Come on. Why'd it freeze? Hello, game? There we go. Oh, I got a kill. Throw that down, get the greens we need. And one more will do it. And then one more battle. There we go, don't even need the key. What's nice is these do give 2 XP each as well. The first few battles give absurdly good EXP just because of how quickly they get done. Doing casual PvP is also a pretty good way of trying to gain hero XP though, because you can constantly keep getting really weak battles. Oh, did the code finally get used up? I think it keeps going super quick. It has 400 claims too, or I think it still has 400 claims. I believe this patch does. Still going pretty much the same speed as always though. Which is always funny given that we only have normally like 1/5 that many viewers. On average. But it's because guild cheering and stuff like that cheers through it pretty quick. Because every one person that gets it is potentially 30 people. And there we go. Hey, we actually did get 3 copies of it. Oh, nice. Just kind of joking on if we would actually get that lucky. But there we go. We get it upgraded. So that's nice. Guild Wars is next week too, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. And that's an extra HP for Green Guild War Day. So that's less annoying. Let me see. What was I double checking? Yeah, next week's Guild War, right? Yeah, next week's Guild War. So sweet, we got 1 HP in time for Guild Wars. And now we go back to Mr. Scale. Not with that team though. With the where'd it go? With the Gnome team. Oh wait, not the Gnome team. Yeah, Gnome team. Never mind, this is the right one. Thought I grabbed the wrong one for a second. Antion. Thank you. we have here? Please be a Volky. Nope, 2 diamonds. Useless. Yeah, I believe we won't be hearing much from the devs pretty soon. I believe they're going on vacation soon for the holidays. And then they don't get back until like really early January. We are getting some things at that time though. We're getting faction in 2 weeks from now. We're getting the new legends on Monday. I believe they're doing something small for Christmas as well. Like for calendar rewards or something. Or I sure hope so. They didn't end up doing it for the anniversary this year. So they tend to like doing holidays for whatever reason, which kind of makes sense. Hopefully they'll do it for Christmas. Also, we haven't had a Battle Crasher for a while. I almost keep forgetting those are even a thing. They'll probably do that for Christmas as well. They'll probably do it with that Snow Guardian thing or something. Or Winter Imp or something. Because they did it for Spooky Imp for Halloween. Actually, since we've had Battle Crashers, they've done every single Imp as a Battle Crasher of that's festive for the holiday, so it makes sense if they did Winter Imp. They even buffed it recently, so it would make even more sense. What is the best use of blue orbs? Generally getting anything that's currently ascended up to a legend into a mythic. It doesn't matter what its base rarity is, like a common that's been upgraded to legendary and then making it into mythic by getting it from legend to mythic. Anything that you do it would be fine, either a legend or anything that's been ascended up to legend. But that's generally what you use them for. I would not advise using them in any other situation. Just get anything up to legendary and then use an orb on it. And generally, as far as the absolute best to use it on, if you have a really limited amount, mainly just whatever legends you're using a lot, base legends, or really just any troop in general that's upgraded that far. But you basically just do it based on what you're actually using. And eventually you do it based on what you need for kingdom upgrades. Hey, you finally got a Cedric from your vault key. Very nice. That's a very good pickup to have. One of the most useful troops these days, due to Skeleton Key and other similar teams. Should you use an orb on him? No, do not bother wasting your orb on Cedric. Cedric gains basically no benefit from being upgraded. The only reason mine's upgraded is because we have more than enough copies. We still have 9 Spear even after upgrading him. But no, I would not advise using an orb on him. He's a complete waste to orb. He gains basically no benefit from it. There's no point in trying to keep him alive, and the only thing he really gains is durability from the level up. He's like one of the last things I would ever bother orbing. Even if you're using him literally every team, it's not worth it. Just because of how low of a benefit he gets from it. You generally want to try putting it into things that have a really good magic boost ratio. Because they generally gain at least 1 more magic when they go to Mythic, if not 2. Speaking about 2, we just got 2 diamonds 2 times in a row. One of those most useless drops. The 24th is Ragnagord Battle Crasher. Oh, nice. Ah, Ragnagord. He was actually the 2nd new troop ever added to the game via an event. And ended up coming in with that Silent Knight weapon, which a lot of people probably don't have. They've actually offered that weapon several times. I don't think it's ever been viable, though. But it's been possible by a few other means. It was available for Glory when it first came out ages ago, 4 years ago. And they had it in redeem codes, I think, 2 or 3 times. If Salty's streaming around that time, she'll probably have that kind of redeem code. I might even ask her for it, too. See if I can actually get a copy of it for Christmas. The Ragnagord redeem code. It has Ragnagord in it. Silent Knight, which is a weapon that a lot of people don't have. It's not too good, but it's a low-range silence weapon. And I think it has like a gem key in it or something. The main thing that's useful in it's the Ragnagord, or Silent Knight if you don't own it. You would never actually use the weapon, but you know, for completionist purposes, it's nice to have. Just to have another weapon. Okay, we'll take our reds, grab all that, sunbird it all. Come on, gnomes, we know you're out there. Give us your vault keys. Should be close to hero level soon, too. Not actual hero level, but, you know, class hero level. Yeah, we should be able to get to about level 90, I want to say, by the end of this weekend. And then we'll probably grind the rest of it next week. It's a Guild War week, so we actually don't need to use Titan too much. So it will give us more time to go focus on Thief. We might need to switch back to Titan for Tuesday, though, for Delves. Just because it'd be quicker. But then again, it depends what Delve it actually is. We could maybe get away with Thief. Because if we can run a key team, we could just run it with Thief instead. It would actually be better. Hello, Lemar. Welcome. How do you get Vault Keys, Atri? There's multiple ways to get Vault Keys. Currently, since this is a Vault event, one of the most efficient ways to get them at this exact moment in time, at least for the rest of this weekend, is to go spam Explore or Casual PvP or anything where you can win really quickly, like challenges, and keep playing it over and over again to try to find gnomes. And those gnomes have an increased rate currently this weekend to drop Vault Keys, as well as a higher rate of appearing in general. Other than that, you normally obtain them from Bounty Hunter, guild-related events like raids, delves, and raids, Tower of Doom, and invasions. And the Tuesday faction events also tend to be really good times to get 2 free orbs, pretty much. And pretty much all the methods, for the most part. Oh, did I say orbs? I meant Vault Keys. You'd still get Vault Keys and orbs from both. They're both basically the same thing. Everything that gives Vault Keys gives orbs. For the most part. Not to mention Vault Keys themselves also give orbs. Yeah, Key Team is 100% usable in next faction. It's still 2 weeks away, though. But I meant the Tuesday event one I was referring to. Next week's Tuesday event. Let's see, what is next week's Tuesday event? We actually already know what it is. All-Seeing Eye. Can we get away with Key? Yes. Wait, can we get away with a full team? Oh! Oh! We can get away with normal Key Team. Oh yeah, we'll definitely keep Thief class then. Okay, we're getting Thief class maxed. We're not leaving Thief class until we get it maxed. Because, yeah, we can use Tuesday. We can use, yeah, it's green and blue. So we can run Cedric, Dragon's Egg, because it's green. Cedric is blue. Egg Thief is green. Skeleton Key, because you're allowed to use any color hero weapon. And last slot is Greed, which is green. Oh, yeah, we can get away with normal Key Team. And just run it with Thief. And hopefully we'll have it maxed by then so we can test instant kill in Delves. Which would be very, very powerful. If it was ever to be useful anywhere, that would definitely be one of the bigger locations where it'd be useful. Randomly killing stuff in Delves. Yeah, we can use pretty much anything in Delves. But Key Team would be super, super quick for the first several battles. Especially maxed Assassin Key Team. Yeah, you can get away with almost anything in low-level delves. The faction events are pretty easy to do. Even if you're a newer player, you could just go use like a Gluttony team of some kind. And just win it that way. Or any other instant kill devour method for any other of the kingdoms. Or factions, I mean. my thief ready for Guild Wars? Well, we don't need to use our hero for most Guild War days, so it's not going to be an issue for the most part. Or shouldn't be. We'll find out. Depends what the days fall where. Hopefully the day I have my giant team set isn't Tuesday. Better, I might need to move it for once. Hey, another Volkey. What is that? 7th Volkey. We need 3 more if we want to reach our goal. Let's see. How many keys have we gotten so far to stream? Is that 2 or 3 now? I actually forget. I believe that's 7. So if that is the case, yeah, we got 3 so far. Yeah, I'm not going crazy because we got 1 at the beginning, 1 for the redeem code, and 1 right now. So yeah, that means we're up to more than 1 per hour, at least on stream. Nice. Though we're probably not getting another 1 for the rest of the stream, so it's probably 1 per hour. But yeah, that's 7 keys now. Very nice. Let's go use a. Let's go use it. Let's use this. Yeah, we don't need to change anything. I'm not going to bother putting an Ogre in there. Hasn't really backfired yet. Though this is definitely one of the boards that it could do that on. I'm going to throw a Firebomb even though we already have mana, just because that allows us to wipe his team now. And there we go. Hello, Overclocker. Welcome. Okay, what do we get from the Volkey? Something good, please. Ooh, that's not too bad. 4 gem keys and an orb. Well, that could be bad. Let's see what the orb is. Come on, blue or purple? Ooh, blue. Too bad that's not a major orb. Can we please get a major blue already? I think it's been 3 months now since we've gotten a major blue. And I need them for, what's his name? Zugoffs, if we want to eventually get him. But, yeah, we have a lot of small blues right now. We have 46 small blues. I feel like I should be using these more often, but the main reason I'm hoarding them is because of kingdom upgrades. We are eventually going to need to max out literally every piece of troop that ever comes into the game soon. So, it's one of the reasons I've been kind of holding out on them. But I don't know, we've been using still quite a bit of them still. But yeah, we have a large hoard. I also don't want to convert these into major orbs. That's because a single smaller blue is really, really valuable, and I don't really want to waste 4 of them just to make a major one. That will just get wasted to eventually get a Zugoff. I'd rather just get it naturally off of major orbs and to save all my major blues for it. That's why we don't have a Zugoff yet. Actually, even if we did convert them, I still don't think we have a Zugoff. Let's see. We have 46. Divide that by 4. That's, what, 41? I mean, that's 11? Yeah, it's 11. So 11 plus 6, that's 17. 17 divided by 3 is 15, rounded down. I mean, 5 rounded down. Which means we are... Yeah, which is almost 6. Which means we're almost... If we were to convert everything we had, we're about 3/4 the way there to a Zugoff. But if we only do major orbs, we're only 1/4 the way there to a Zugoff. Which means we still have a while to go. A very long while. Anyways, let's keep going. Well, we are doing above average. This is one of our better weeks so far for Vault Keys. Not our absolute best. Probably our second best week so far for Vault Keys. Especially if he gives us another one. Highly doubt that. You never know, though. Any one could potentially be the one. Oh, yep, there we go. 8 Volkeys! Let's keep going. Well then, that's absurdly lucky. That's back-to-back Volkeys. Oh, maybe we can finally get triple Volkeys. I've never gotten 3 Volkeys in a row. Mainly because the chance for it is ridiculously unlikely. No! Useless Valraven. That's basically nothing. We got 20 gems from that Volkey, basically. And that's it. That was an awful Volkey. It's like we didn't even get one. And at least the 20 gems somewhat saved it. Yeah, that brings us to 4 this stream within 2 hours. That means 2 per hour. And 8 total this weekend, or during the Vault event. Yeah, if we break a dozen, I'm pretty sure that's the most I've ever gotten on a Vault event. which might happen then. If we get another one today, we could possibly get 3 tomorrow, and that'll be all of them. So I guess technically we would need to get 13 to actually get higher. I forget how much the highest I ever got. I assume it's somewhere around 12 though. Hello, Danielle. Welcome. Or Daniela, I mean. One mana short. Luckily, we got the Cascade. And only 1,000 souls, unfortunate. But at least another gnome. But yeah, he broke our streak of vault keys apparently. He did not want to give us one. I don't know if we're ever gonna get 3 vault keys in a row. You would need a very, very absurd amount of luck for that to happen. I know it's happened before. I think someone's even gotten 4 in a row. Not sure if anyone's ever done more than that, though. Yeah, we keep getting really big bursts of luck and then like no drops. That does seem to be happening. Like we'll get like a really, really short duration of amazing drops and then it'll just go off for like a half an hour with almost nothing. Getting a decent amount of them definitely encourages you to keep going though. What's annoying is when you get absolutely none and then feel like not wanting to do more. Because any one could potentially be a really high chance for a vault key. Just need them to actually eventually happen. Do you have our vault key? Or at least 5,000 souls, if not? How did that not give us full mana? Oh well. I remember when that thing used to be like one of the strongest troops in the game back when it had empowered. Hey, 5,000 souls. Not a vault key, but at least it's the best he can do without doing a vault key, at least. Nothing else. Hey, who knows? Maybe we'll need souls eventually. Probably no time soon, though. Even if they start adding things that require souls, I highly doubt it's going to be multiple millions. The most they're ever going to do is probably like another Dawnbringer or a few more Dawnbringers. You know, like weapons like it. They'd probably cost 1.3 million each. They could release 3 of those and it would barely even dent our souls. Actually, it would use up all of our souls, but you know, we could easily just go soul farm for a little bit. There's no way they would release them that quickly. When they originally discussed it, I don't know if they're ever going to be, if they're ever going to get around to it, but they said they would do one about every like 3 months or so. There's plenty of time to go accumulate 1.3 million souls, assuming you already had everything that you needed for souls, which we of course already do. And if we really wanted to, though I'd probably never want to just because it's so tedious, we can get an entire Dawnbringer's worth of souls in a single weekend by spamming Fair Straw Soul Farming Team. It would be extremely boring, but it would indeed give us a Dawnbringer, or a new Dawnbringer, whatever the next weapon is. Worst comes to worst. If you ran out of souls, all you need to do is disenchant your extra ones. I would never disenchant my extra ones. I'm never going to disenchant my shiny extra troops. Let's see, where do you go to check your profile? Let's see, does this check your profile? There we go, shiny profile. It even has a beam of light. It's kind of funny, they forgot to show hero level on this page. No longer shows it. Hey, we've almost been in this guild for 888 days. What was I looking for here? There's something I specifically came here for, and I completely forget what it was now. Oh yeah, total number of troops. Wait, does it not show? Oh no! Oh no! Does it no longer show your total number of troops? That's a ripoff. I didn't even realize that. No! That's awful. It no longer shows the total number of troops that you have. Why? Oh well. I'm still collecting them. I'm still collecting them. Actually, what is the highest number of any single troop we have? That's not how you check. Do it based on amount. Where's amount? There it is. We have 2,419 goblins. That is a large army of goblins. Oh well, must enchant now. No. That is not what that means. We shall collect them forever. I don't know, maybe we'll disenchant eventually. We'll see. But likely not. I would sooner soul farm for 100 hours than I would disenchant everything I have. Because 100 hours of soul farming could potentially be 5 million souls. And that's more than disenchanting everything we have. Of course, that would take forever. But, I don't know, it'd still be worth it compared to disenchanting. Oh no, I have no intention to ever disenchant them. I have no inclination to clicking that button. It's been about 2.5 years since we've disenchanted everything. Actually, it might almost be 3 years by now, I don't even remember. It's around 2.5 to 3 years. Based purely on maximizing resources, is it okay to disenchant extra troops, or might there actually be a reason? No. Realistically, from a resource perspective, once you have a troop to 4 copies of Mythic, so you have it upgraded to Mythic, ascended to Mythic, and you have 4 copies of it, there is no point in keeping any copies additional to that. And there's probably never going to be a point ever again to have them any higher than that, like number of them. So yes, you can disenchant if you have them maxed to Mythic and you have 4 copies of them. It is worth disenchanting them, always. Unless you want to collect them for no reason. Like what we're doing! But yes, from a resource perspective, once you have the Mythic 4 copies, you can disenchant every additional copy therefore. It's not going to give you that many souls, but it starts adding up. Like, we can disenchant everything we have for almost 4 million souls. And we still have everything at 4 copies of Mythic. Until Ultra Mythic comes out, no. They keep saying that they're never going to add it. And if they do, they're going to add specific troops that you only can ever obtain 1 copy of that are a rarity above Mythic. Kind of like how Doomed weapons are, kind of. But actual troops and other stuff. It's very unlikely they will ever add an Ascension above Mythic that you actually have to upgrade into. But you never know, they might. They said the same thing about Legendary. Like, they wouldn't end up upgrading and then they added Mythic.
I know, they say lots of things. You never know. That's one of the reasons why I'm saving them. Because I know the second I disenchant it, it'll be like a half a year later and they'll like add, hey, you need these extra copies for something now. But yeah, those red troops are probably coming in through delves, unless they add some kind of new feature to the game. But high renowns of delves are probably going to start bringing in rarity above mythic troops. Oh, you know what? That would actually be an interesting way to actually make pure faction better. If they actually added a doomed troop to every faction that you get at really high renown numbers. That needs to be a thing now. I would love to see that. I don't think they would actually do that, but that would be insane. Basically every faction eventually getting a their own mythic or their own doomed troop off of super high renown, total renown. They are doing something with that for total renown, though. They've already confirmed they are. What it will be, they haven't disclosed, or I don't even know if they know what they're going to plan on doing for it. But they are doing something. If not specifically that, they're doing something with it, where you'll be able to gain some kind of exclusive content from really high faction renown. Currently, the only thing that's exclusive is the extra stats that you get, which isn't much. It's currently 1 HP, 1 armor, and it'll be another HP in 2 weeks once the new faction comes out. But they are planning on adding some kind of other exclusive to it eventually. Also, I guess technically the pets are also exclusive, which you get at 2,000 renown. For each individual faction. They're not useful for anything though, because they only give the faction bonus, which is generally useless. The only one that's particularly good for is All-Seeing Eye, because All-Seeing Eye has a really good pure faction. 2 minor trait stones, that's awful. The runic trait stone we got was basically better than that. It's pretty awkward when the your trait stone drop that you get from battle is better than the gnome drop. Especially when we get an arcane trait stone whenever we get 20 jewels from the jewel gnome. It's always pretty funny too. Yeah, the Doom weapons are pretty terrible currently. They might be rebalancing them in the future. I think their biggest concern was not making them too overpowered. But in doing so, they made them, like, really weak. They are situationally really good, though. How's he not dead? Oh, we're entangled. I was gonna say, how is he not dead yet? And we actually killed him through entangle with a Doom Skull. Nice. The irony. I still find it really funny that you can actually do absurd amount of skull damage while entangled. I'm actually surprised that they haven't made it so Doom Skulls do absolutely no damage. But Doom Skulls actually do their full amount of damage, even while you're entangled. They still do 5 damage each. So even if you have 0 attack or entangled, you can still do hundreds of damage just off of Doom Skull spam. Even if they have 100% skull reduction, you can still do the same thing by hitting through with Doom Skulls. Where can you send an image with a fan-made hero you made? Let's see. Gems of War forum, or if you have a link, you should be able to post it here. if you have a link to the image, if it's uploaded somewhere. There's the same amount of gnomes in Explore and PvP. The reason why it seems like there's more gnomes in Explore is because you can win way quicker in Explore compared to PvP. Like, way, way, way quicker. Like, PvP is about 1 win per minute, give or take. Explore is 3 to 4 wins per minute, give or take. So it's way quicker. It's at least 3 times quicker at minimum, if not more. Plus, it's a lot more consistent compared to PvP. You can get some really annoying battles in PvP, even weaker battles. Whereas, Explore battles are pretty much the same every time. They do have some diversity, but they're such low stats that they play out generally the same in most situations. Let's see. Oops, I didn't mean to open that in a new window. I meant to open it in a new tab. Where to go? Let's see. The scientist gnome. Oh, that's really cool. That is pretty cool. That needs to be a thing. What would it drop, though? We don't have any technology. That'd be a good one for Donna, though. Oh, you're getting close to 100th place. Very nice. I don't even know where my guild is these days. I think we're around 25th or so. Somewhere around the 20s. We were as high as top 10 at one point, but we have slowly gone down. Mainly because we were focusing on other priorities, and then kind of got a little bit more casual. Though we still get a lot of stuff done. Still get all the events done. We still get a really hefty amount of legendary tasks done. And even though we are a little bit lower, I believe we still did a resource rate of about top 20, even though we're a little bit lower than top 20 trophy-wise. Because I don't think anyone in my guild ever does arena farming, which gives the highest trophy rate in the game. Mainly because there's not much of a point to do it other than trophies. Well, I guess for the souls, but generally most people this late in the game have Ferris Raw, if not multiple. No problem, Bogdan. Yeah, I wish they would do more community-based content again. They used to do a lot of stuff community-based, like taking advice and stuff, but lately they haven't been doing as much. They still try to, here and there, but it's definitely gone down. 5 gems, not awful. Could be better. He does have a 20 gem drop. We actually got it earlier during a vault key. His 20 gem drop. You can always drop 20 gems though, not just in vault keys. It's just not as likely. Yeah, I almost never touch arena. I do ever so occasionally. And also if I see it on a daily task, I'll probably do 1 arena run just for the sake of it since it's 10 free gems. But yeah, very rarely. What happened to Lore Keeper? There's a lot of factors with it. He still ended up finishing it. He even made a little book out of it. I don't think he's actually selling it. It was just something that he just did for the sake of it. But yeah, he ended up finishing out the series. If you still want to read it, it's on the Gems of War forum in its entirety. But yeah, we just kind of stopped doing it. There were many factors that went into that, though. And also, currently, he's not doing any anyways. Because he finished the current series. I totally misread that question for a second. Incept. I totally misread that as a deep philosophical question. But no, how long will we be live for? About another half an hour or so. Maybe a little bit less. But about another half an hour. Why didn't we finish the series? There were some technical issues with actually trying to get it to work, was one of the main things. And there was just a lot of stuff going on at the time, and we fell so far behind, I was like, eh. Let's just be done with it. It was a pretty fun series, I do have to say, though. And Teton. Who knows? Just live your life to the fullest. How do you have your troops at such high health? Kingdom upgrades, mainly from 5-star and 10-star HP kingdoms. Here are all the stats that we have currently. Most of them are from 5 and 10 stars. But we're getting 25 additional HP from kingdoms, 8 from just having both the green and... I forget what the other one was. Green and brown? I forget which two give HP. It's green and something. But the two tasks in your guild that give HP, having those completely finished. And we have 1 HP off of Renown, and we'll have a second HP in 2 weeks, 2 Fridays from now, from Delves. And that's where we're getting all of our HP from currently. Mainly from Kingdom upgrades. Mainly from 5 and 10 stars, which probably makes up a good majority of the difference between mine and yours. Because you need 10-star to get the... you need level 10 to get the first HP. You need 5-star to get the second HP. And if the kingdom can be moved to 10-star, you need 10-star to get the third HP off of kingdoms. And eventually it'll be even higher than that, but currently it only goes up to 3 on some of them. And most of the other ones are just 2. Okay, what do we need? We need nothing. Let's take a bronze lock, take a red for now, store a sunbird. Oh, interesting. Doom upgrades and ingots. Actually would be pretty cool. Yeah, they did mention they were planning on doing something to go add the scrolls. I don't know what's going to be, though. That would be interesting if they made a gnome for it. And it would be nice if we got an ingot gnome. It would help to try to get epic ingots. Probably one of the best ways to actually try repairing it. Because there is a severe lack of epic ingots currently in the game. Of course, I think that's slightly deliberate, so they could try selling that pack where you can buy them for like 10 cents each. But, I don't know. That's, that's a really weird way to have the game set up. Where you just have one single rarity that's just absurdly hard to get for no reason. Yeah, it makes sense if it was mythic rarity, but it's the epic rarity. It's not. It's like the mid-range rarity is the hardest one to obtain for whatever reason. Doesn't make any sense at all. Well, how did that not die? There we go. Wow, that was a lot of really random damage everywhere. Hey, got a level. Nice. Level 83. I didn't even realize we got 15 gems from that already. But at some point, we just got 15 free gems. That's nice. What else do we need to go do? Anything else? I feel like I forgot something here. Did we finish out the pet? Yeah, we already did. We already claimed it and got it all. Anyways, let's go back to explore for a little bit more then. But if anyone still has any other questions, just let me know. Hopefully we'll get one more Vault Key, though I can't really complain with the fact that we've already gotten 4 this stream. That's for sure. It's more than 1 per hour. Ah, 2 diamonds. Oh well. Hopefully we'll get at least 1 okay loot from him, even if it's not a Vault Key. Before we end out for now. It's starting to get slightly less gloomy outside. Ever so slightly. I'll take that over. Got Sunbird dead. Take all the greens. Grab Sunbird. Red, take blue. Firebomb everything. And it's pretty much matched. Dead. Another no gnome. That didn't kill a single thing. Even if we would have firebombed, that might have not been enough damage. These mythics keep just tanking all the damage. Where am I from? Currently in South Carolina. So I'm from New Jersey. Jersey. Yeah, no one even uses epic weapons. Every single one of them is nearly useless, except for maybe Prey Seeker and like maybe 1 or 2 others. But they're relatively bad. The only thing I hate about South Carolina, well, there's a few things, but one of the main ones is too many hurricanes. Too many hurricanes. They don't really hit that hard in this area. They still keep coming around. Doesn't help that we're right on the water, too. Though almost everywhere as I've always lived has been right on the water, pretty much. Or maybe not right on the water, but, you know, near water. I've never really lived inland at all. I think the furthest I've ever lived away from a beach is like 20 minutes. Good, a jewel gnome. Or actually, why am I saying good? It's a good that it's a gnome. It's not good that it's a jewel gnome. Hopefully it's a bulky though. To make up for the fact that everything else on it is useless. Nope, 20 topazes. Awful. Yeah, it's super cheap living in South Carolina. Everywhere here is like super ridiculously cheap. I believe it's actually one of the cheapest states in the entire country. Which is actually good for YouTube then, because really, it doesn't matter where I'm located for YouTube. It's pretty much going to be the same amount of money regardless. So it works out quite conveniently in that regard. I believe Columbia specifically in South Carolina, which is not where I'm currently living, but I believe that area is actually one of the cheapest in the entire country. Yes, resummoned Inferno Kings are fully traded. This used to always happen with player-owned versions, but now it happens with the AI versions as well. Same with Dragon Soul thingy, like when they come in with Baby Dragon and stuff like that. Get another Fire Bomb down. Get the last little bit of mana. Okay, any second now. Get our hit. Revive, dead. Okay, does anyone else have any other questions? Otherwise, I think we're going to be heading out for now. But if anyone has anything you want to mention, just let me know. How much more likely are gnomes during the event? Anywhere from 2 to 3 times. I don't know the exact rate exactly, but I believe it's about 2 times more likely. For both the vault key and the gnome themselves. They're both 2 times higher approximately. Give or take a little bit. But it could be even more than that, I'm not fully certain. Let's keep going until we find at least one more gnome, I guess. I want to try getting one more Volkey. It's probably not going to happen, though. At least not this stream. If we can ever find one. I say that, and we're probably going to be here like another half an hour trying to find one gnome. There we go. Please drop a Volkey. That'd be our 5th one today. 5 in 3 hours. Let's see, did we get it? No, okay, only 4 in 3 hours. Still not too bad. That's still more than 1 per hour. But yeah, really good rate. We found more today than we found all of yesterday, so that's nice. We still have more grinding to do as well. But yeah, that brings us to a total of currently 8 Volkeys. 4 all during this stream, so that's pretty lucky. Hopefully we'll still get 2 more to reach that goal of 10. It's kind of arbitrary goal, but hey, we might reach it. It's amazing how much our gems have gone up this weekend. We were at about 20,000 gems on Thursday. After all of the... Well, you do have to keep in mind we did use 36 vault keys from earlier too. But still, between everything, we're now at... basically gained about 700. Maybe a little bit more than that. So that's not too bad. And that'll be going towards... actually, when will we be using those gems next? Probably next big thing to spend gems on is... Probably not for a while. Next faction 2 weeks from now is probably the main thing. Though that's not even too much. It costs like, what, 410? Or is it 500 or something? Use 410. Of course, raids will eat up some, raids invasions, but actually next week Guild Wars, so never mind, we don't even get to, it doesn't even really deplete that many gems. It does deplete some gems, like 20 or something, or a little bit more if you want to go further with it. It's not really that much. What is the order of the key team and banner? Oh, it's this. Oops, stream just went down. Come back, stream! Come back! Hate when it does that. Okay, I'm going to skip over to Dragon's Eye teams, it's not worth dealing with. Dragon Eye teams are so annoying, but I almost said so useless. That's understatement. Where did the key team go? But yeah, this is the key team. It's a +2 red, +1 brown, +1 purple. It's Meteor banner. The one you get from Cinder Mirage. Yeah, it's from Cinder Mirage. And the team is Cedric, Egg Thief, Skeleton Key, and Greed. The only really hard thing to get on this team is Cedric, but he's currently available in Vault Keys. Well, he's always available in Vault Keys, but of course you can farm Vault Keys pretty easily this weekend. Try to get him. I think we've gotten 2 copies of him just this stream. Off of Vault Key drops. Was it 1 or 2? Well, we definitely got at least 1. Just this stream. But yeah, definitely make sure you try leaving this weekend with at least 1 copy of him. He's really good. He's what makes his key team work. It's still semi-possible without him. It's just really bad because you only get 25% instead of 100%. So you, of course, want to try getting 100%. That's what he's used for mainly. His 100% gold bonus works really good for gold farming as well as in key team and other similar teams like Bronze Black Pistol team and other similar casting stuff that's really good at gold boost ratio. There we go. Okay. But yeah, that's all you do for it. Pretty nice team. However, we're still not rank 1. I think we already were, but we keep going down in rank because our defend team keeps losing. Our defend team keeps losing because it's 3 fire bombs and a jewel gnome. I'm trolling people with jewel gnome. It took us forever to get it. I figured we said as our defend team. Might as well. Oh, you finally got a Cedric. Congratulations. Very nice. But yeah, the entirety of this team is super easy to get other than Cedric. Cedric's from Vault Keys. That takes a while, though. During this weekend, you'll probably get it. Egg Thief is pretty easy. It's an ultra rare. Do keep in mind, though, if you are a newer player that like just came in or you're returning recently, I don't believe Egg Thief's actually into drop table yet. I think it's still another week, 2 or 3 weeks until she is. She's pretty recent. Most people probably got it during the event. But if you didn't, I don't believe she's in the drop table yet. She will be by next year. So do be mindful of that if you don't already have a copy of her. Skeleton Keys is 250 wins on Thief. It also works really good with the Thief class itself. And Greed is just a rare. You do need it fully traded, though, to get the gold boost. But still ends up working out pretty nicely. And that's pretty much the team. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. Best of luck with the gnomes and vault keys and everything else with that. Yeah, we'll be back later tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 hours later from now. And we'll mainly just be doing the exact same thing. Farming a bunch more gnomes, trying to get another vault key at least, and just trying to accumulate our resources so we have them for later. Other than that, tomorrow night we'll of course be going over the new event stuff. We're getting a nice little gold exploder. They keep adding gold things, I don't know why. We're also getting a cute little dragon in the event key drop table if you want to go get that new legend. It's pretty random and probably not going to be viable, but it's so adorable and I definitely want a copy of it. Or we're obviously going to get it. We always want to get everything. I don't believe it's going to bring Bright Forest any higher as far as star level. It's currently at, what, 8? And it's probably still going to be 8 even with 2 more troops. Yeah, it's still going to be stuck at 7 stars, I mean. So that's not going to go any higher. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming down. Leave a like if you enjoyed the stream. I really appreciate that you guys still keep coming. And yeah, enjoy your weekend and best of luck with gnomes. Goodbye, everyone!